Hello guys, this is your weekly world map vendor reset. And let me discuss something before I get started. For all you guys that actually do watch my videos, make sure that you grab you a piece of pen and piece of paper right now. As I go through these vendors, you can stop, pause, whatever you need to do, write down what you're looking for. If it comes up in the video, I do show you every gold piece and teal piece in the game, and I do go over them and tell you. I just don't scroll, or I'm not going to sit here and tell you what's the best and all these things. That's not for me to say. This is for you to decide. This is your build. This is not my build. I may say that's a good roll, but that's solely my opinion. But anyways, guys, we're going to get ready. And here we go. We are in the terminal, and we're going to start with a special equipment vendor. We have the Liberator with 21% enemy armor damage with talents of responsive, prepared, talent adept on the bottom. We have Pecan with 12% damage to target out of cover. Talent is meticulous, capable. And like I said last time, I'm not going to tell you the exotic talent that is for these guns. I'm just going to name the top two. Next is Cassidy at 310.5% stagger with swift and ferocious. We got a Centurion with expert and competent, and a Historian with 158% headshot damage with competent and determined. Now, we got a Rhino Special with talents of expert, proficient. We got an MP7 with 21% critical hit chance, talents of skilled, competent, and dominant. A military P416, 22% enemy armor damage with the talents of destructive, talented, and skilled. A Marine Super 90 with 331% stagger with unforgiven, sustain, and brutal. We got a hunting M44 with 147% headshot damage with talents of vicious, determined, and accurate. We got a classic M60 with 14% damage to target out of cover with talents of predatory, sustain, and deadly. We got a excuse me, Spec Ops mask with 1222 stamina. Talent is tenacious. Attributes are all resistant and damage to elites. Striker's mask with 878 armor with 1201 stamina, 7.5% enemy armor damage, 15% blind death resistance. We got a mask of the Nomad, which is 953 armor, 1191 firearms. Attributes is 8% enemy armor damage, 15% burn resistance. An Alpha Bridge mask with 928 armor. We got 1138 electronics on it with 4% health on kill and 15% burn resistance. A defense mask with 866 armor with 1135 firearms, 4% all resistance and 15% disorient resistance. We got a gunslinger's vest with 1806 armor with 1170 firearms. Talent is vigorous, 5% enemy armor damage and 4% health on kill and 54% ammo capacity on the attributes. We got a Lone Star vest with 1137 stamina. Attributes is 16,640 health, 8% skill haste, 24% increased kill XP, and it has 1957 armor. We got a Final Measure vest with 1990 armor, 1144 stamina. Attributes are 5% enemy armor damage, 4% all resistance, 51% ammo capacity. A Deadeye chest plate with 1928 armor, with 1124 stamina, 8% skill haste, 4% health on kill, 25% increased kill XP. We got a Spec Ops pack with 1215 armor, 1188 electronics. Talent is technical. Major attributes critical, 7% critical hit damage. Minor attributes 15% disrupt resistance. Got a Hunter's Faith backpack, 1232 armor, 1129 firearms, 13,249 skill power, 50% ammo capacity on your attributes. We got a Reclaimer backpack with 1239 armor, 1178 electronics, 8% critical hit damage, 50% ammo capacity. We got Operator's knee pads, 1599 armor, 1171 stamina, talent of prosperous. Attributes are 12,355 skill power, 52% increased kill XP, 32% blind death resistance, and 28% shock resistance. We got a Sentry's called knee pads with 1268 firearms, 14,873 health, 13% damage to the elites, 30% blind death resistance, 33% bleed resistance on your attributes. Predator's knee pads with 1656 armor, which is not bad. 1266 electronics. Major attributes is 15,129 health. Minor attributes 33% burn resistance, 32% disrupt resistance, and 48% increased kill XP. We got a Firecrest knee pad, 1541 armor, 1141 stamina. Attributes are 3% all resistance, 31% blind death resistance, 30% shock resistance, 29% disrupt resistance. We also have a operator's holster, 993 armor, 1258 firearms, 1221 stamina, 1212 electronics with a talent unnimbable. That's not a bad roll right there. That's my opinion on that. Major attributes is 4% critical hit chance. Tactician's authority holster with 858 armor, 1143 firearms, 1129 stamina, 1256 electronics, a attribute of 6% skill haze. We got Spec Ops gloves with 899 armor, 1141 firearms, talent is astute. Major attributes is 7.5% enemy armor damage, 8% skill haste, 5% critical hit chance. We got a Banshee's gloves with 899 armor, 1140 firearms. Major attributes is 1144 shotgun damage, 16% critical hit damage, 7.5% enemy armor damage. We got a firearms mod, 249 firearms with 3% skill haze. Performance mod with 3% smart cover damage, resilience. You got an extended mag with a 111% magazine size. Buy that. I would recommend it, but I said I wasn't going to recommend nothing, but you've got to get that. The 111%, you don't see that too much. So 4.5% reload speed, 5.10% rate of fire. Flash hider with 15% accuracy, 4.5% optimal range, 2.5% stability. Angled grip is 12% stability, 2% accuracy, 5% reload speed, and a scope, 16% accuracy, 4% critical hit damage, and 4.5% optimal range. And of course your caches. Now know that your special blueprints vendor, if I have already got the blueprints, they will not show up for me, but I will tell you what does show up for me. And I'm only doing the 256 and power level 34s. All right, you've got, wow, I'd recommend buying this. Recommend. Not going to say it's boss or whatever, but a lightweight M4 blueprint. Yeah, you are not going to see that too often in the times that I've been on here. I haven't really seen it much. A surplus SVD blueprint. Actually, I'm buying the lightweight right now. Firearms backpack. Blueprint, stamina vest blueprint. We got a small grip blueprint, a heavy magazine blueprint, a classic. No, that's 229. Sorry guys, got carried away because the M4 blueprint. All right, now I'm not going to show you the vendor over here. The this vendor that actually you do microtransactions with. I'm not showing you that because one, I don't believe that it's actually reset, and two, I don't really think you guys really care about that. You're just wanting to know what's been reset here and what you're after. Not that's something that ain't going to cost you real money. All right, we're at the advanced weaponry vendor. They have a Rhino special with talents of expert, proficient. We've got a tactical AUG, which is 20% critical hit chance, talents of ferocious, dominant, and accurate. A Scar L with 22% enemy armor damage with talents of adept, ferocious, and responsive. A double barrel shotgun with 299.5% stagger, talents of swift, self-preserve, and talented. M700 carbine with 147% headshot damage, sustained, cool-headed, and elevated for your talents. Military MK46 with 12% damage to target out of cover with talents of adept, unforgiven, and meticulous. We got an extended magazine with 110% magazine size, 5% reload speed, 5.2% rate of fire. A suppressor with 17% critical hit damage, 3% critical hit chance, 6% headshot damage, and 47% reduced threat. We also got a vertical grip with 44.5% optimal range, 2.5% stability, and 4.5% reload speed. And an improved iron sights with 12.5% stability, 6% headshot damage, and 4% critical hit damage. All right, now we're going to go over here to the Dark Zone vendor that's actually in the post office and see what they got. They have a Scar L, 23% enemy armor damage with talents of intense, swift, fierce. We got a tactical backpack with 1212 stamina, talent of technical, and major attributes is 8% critical hit damage, 48% ammo capacity on minor attributes. And we got a performance mod, 4.5% ballistic shield damage resilience, a compensator of 12% stability, 2% accuracy, and 5% optimal range. Now we're going to go over to your last two vendors that's actually in the post office, and there we go. At the weapons vendor, we actually have an MP5 ST with 19.5% critical hit chance, talents of determined, predatory, and dominant. We also have a quick release magazine of 28% reload speed, 4% critical hit damage, and 11% magazine size. We have the gear vendor. They have actually a Spec Ops gloves with 1115 stamina, talent of cunning, major attributes is 6% critical hit chance, 8% skill haste, and 1290 on LMG damage, with a electronics mod with 250 electronics, 1% critical hit chance. And always, guys, look at your mods on here for your purples, because look, they are item level 34, so don't overlook those. It may be something that you actually like. Other than that, guys, we're moving on to the next vendor on the map. Guys, we are at the Crypt, and they actually have a double barrel shotgun with 300.5% stagger with talents of destructive, capable, and deadly. They also have a scope with 24.5% optimal range, 2% accuracy, 4% critical hit damage. Guys, we are at the Firewall, and they have a gunslinger gloves with 1157 stamina, 938 armor, 1306 LMG damage, 7% enemy armor damage, and 2534 pistol damage. They also got a firearms mod with 260 firearms with 2% exotic damage resilience. Guys, we are at the Grindhouse. They have a military M9 with talents of expert and swift, and they also got an angle grip with 13.5% stability, 4.5% optimal range, and 2% accuracy. Guys, we are at Southpaw, and they have a gunslinger holster with 1230 firearms, 1265 stamina, and 1162 electronics with 881 armor. Talent is recovered, and major attribute is 20.5% reload speed. We also got a firearms mod with 255 firearms, 2.5% exotic damage resilience. We are at the Ward, and they have a operator's knee pads with 1561 armor, 1267 firearms, talent of prosperous, and attribute 15,759 health, and 13% damage to elites, 50% increased kill XP, and 32% shock resistance. And they got a performance mod with 6.5% turret damage. Guys, we are at the last calls, and they have double-barreled sawed-off, 352% stagger with talents of unforgiven, accurate, and sustain. They also have a heavy magazine with 4% critical hit damage, 3% critical hit chance, and 9.2% rate of fire. Guys, we are at Madison Stand. They got a Spec Ops chest with 1923 armor, 1268 firearms, talent of rapid, and attributes are 4% all resistance, 4% health on kill, and 25% increased kill XP. And we have a firearms mod with 232 firearms and 3004 health. Guys, we are at the Meat Locker, and they have a police T821 with 19.5% critical hit chance with talents of responsive, determined, and sustained. We also have a scope here with 15.5% accuracy, 4.5% optimal range, and 3% critical hit chance. Guys, we are at Camp Hudson at the weapons vendor, and he has a black market SASG 12S with 316.5% stagger, talents of swift, vicious, and brutal. He also has an extended magazine with 109.5% magazine size, 4.5% reload speed, and 4.8% rate of fire. Now we're going to go right up here. And at the gear vendor, they have an operator's mask, 941 armor, 1191 electronics, talents of rehabilitated, and attributes of 4% all resistance, 14% increased kill XP. And we have a firearms mod with 230 firearms and 2.5% exotic damage resilience. Guys, we are at the Cavern, and they have a Spec Ops mask with 979 armor, 1209 firearms, talent of rehabilitated, Attributes are 9285 on skill power and 12% increased kill XP. They also have a electronics mod, 236 electronics with 2% all resistance. Guys, we are at Kerman Station, and they have a custom L86A2 with 12% damage to target out of cover, and the talents of Self-Preserve, Swift, and Brutal. We have a high velocity magazine with 7% critical hit chance, 11% magazine size, and 4% critical hit damage. Guys, we are at Dante's Runs vendor, and they have a operator's holster with 1231 firearms, 1205 stamina, 1228 electronics, and 928 armor. Talents of Steadfast. We have a major attribute of 3.5% critical hit chance, and we also have a performance mod here that is 5.5% first aid self-heal. Guys, we are at Wolves Den vendor, and they have a level SC with 22% enemy armor damage, talents of Fierce, Unforgiving, and Destructive. I would recommend getting this also. It may not be your playstyle. It's definitely a lot of people's playstyle though. We got a rugged mini reflex sight with 6.5% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, and 2.5% stability. And guys, we are at our last vendor, Autumn's Hope. And they have a gunslinger's holster, 884 armor, 1236 firearms, 1224 stamina, 1256 electronics. Them are pretty good across the board. The armor is low though. And talent is sturdy, and attributes is 17.5% reload speed. And we got an electronics mod with 246 electronics and 2896 skill power. If you're building a skill power build like I did right here, then you would want that. Alright, so guys, these are your world vendors. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If this has helped you any way, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. This is JustHitSquare. See you next time.